So let's do this because either angle that we take it is going to be valuable. But let's say we have a video podcast already. Okay. And then let's say that we chop it up, but we don't chop it up as much as we could. Right. Let's say video podcast, 30 minutes, and we chop it up once and it's a 3-minute short clip that you see on TikTok and on LinkedIn and on YouTube. And then we upload the full video on YouTube and on the podcast. So it goes through all the Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, all that stuff, right? Let's start from there.
Yeah. So in that case, what I would try to identify is like, why is it only one clip? And usually what it comes down to is just like, I think what it comes down to for a lot of people is just like, there's a lot of new skills and people involved in doing content.
Right.
And there's usually like, I mean, you could look at it as 4 different people or as like 4 different skills, but there's usually like the subject matter expert. There's the person that's responsible for like the entire workflow of all this content. And then there's like the creative person who's capable of recording the video and then who's like distributing it. And so depending on the company, that could just be one person or it could be 4 different people, right? And so ultimately, I think what I would start to identify is like, what is keeping somebody from only making one little clip from that? And then also starting to identify like, so like if you were taking that little clip and pushing it to a place like TikTok and it's in the rectangular form,
right?
It's not going to be in the context of TikTok. And so it's very likely not going to perform as well. Where it might do okay on LinkedIn, it's not going to probably do as well on TikTok because it's like TikTok wants it vertically and they also want it short and like spliced up. So I would just start to kind of like diagnose like, why are we limiting the flow of all of that content to just one clip? And then helping them think through like, okay, what are the pathways? What are the different transformations that need to happen in order to, number one, produce more content from that? And then how do each of those pieces of content need to get transformed, and starting to identify those things and then map them out in a workflow.
Yeah.
That's like one of the main things is like helping people just visualize this stuff.
Right.
And then
it looks like a big wireframe then. We do websites. So to me, it looks like a big wireframe.
Exactly. I mean, I could literally pull up my workflow here. It's just like, and then like, how do you then, what are the software and the tools to then help you make this even easier? So I don't know, like if you use a tool called Descript, I've talked about it a bunch of times.
I've never heard of it.
Okay. Well, there you go. I mean, that's going to help you multiply your content creation from your podcast.
And what is Descript?
So technically it is a video editing piece of software, but not for video editors, for guys like me and you. So what I would say is it's basically allows you to cut up a video like it's a Word document. So when you drag your podcast into Descript, it's going to transcribe it.
Right.
So you're going to see your video on one side and the transcription on the left. And now it will allow you to select the clips from the transcription.
Oh, so it's basic type editing, chops it up. Because the thing we use is Adobe, right? Adobe Premiere.
Right.
But not everyone needs that, right?
Well, not only that, but like this is going to do it. This is going to do a high quality job for you. So it's not just dumbed down so you can use it, but it's also going to produce high quality content. But even more than that, like if you're using Adobe, you're like watching it and like trying to like figure out what second to cut it at, and you're like taking little notes, and you're like, oh, I should stop here and I should stop there.
Right.
And then you're going back and forth. With Descript, you're just like, you're looking at it visually from text. So you just like literally start where the word is